Last time I came, Pussycat pinched my chair.
Yeah, we won't be doing that.
The cat stays, but you've got to go, yeah. Hopefully.
That's right, yeah. We've got to be careful where we go. Wonderful. Good morning, everybody. So nice to be back, thank you. I did miss you all last week, honestly, I did. I sent the thoughts out and watching Ian online to make sure he behaved. Well done, Ian, and well done, everybody. Great pleasure to introduce back to our platform the lovely Andy Ford. We need sometimes to be a bit mindful. It's not only what we see of people working on platforms, it's also their work for the spirit world that's not so public, that's not posted all over Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And Andy is a very, very busy worker for the spirit world, both in this country and other countries. So Andy, great delight to have you back with us.
Lovely to be here, thank you.
Big warm welcome to everybody here. I see a lot of new faces, which is always a great joy, because you are taking this time to find out for yourselves. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have any questions, please just ask them after the service, because nobody learned anything without asking a question. All right, it's as simple as that. When we work in the spirit world this way, this is a group event. This is an experience. This is not Netflix or Disney where you can sit there going, well, if something better doesn't come on, I'm going to turn over the channel, you know? It really is. It engages all the senses, the mind, the heart, the body, the soul. So please, we invite you to share that experience with us. Be it through the philosophy, through the reading, through the healing, through the prayer, through the evidential message. It matters not. If you look, you will find something. So we invite you to be part of that experience here today. Big warm welcome too to all our friends watching us online around the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just for everybody's peace of mind, they can only see us on the platform, the poor loves. We are sorry about that. So if you're here with somebody you shouldn't be here with, your secret is safe with us. All right?
At a price.
Yes. I will remind you of that when the collection plate goes round. So, are we all happy with that?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Andy, sir, if you find it more comfortable to work sitting down, please do.
I can say what I'll do is I'll stand to do the prayer, but I will sit down for the reading.
Absolutely fine, mate. Absolutely fine. So we could invite you for the opening prayer.
There we go.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Just like to just come together in the energy. Just take perhaps just a couple of deep breaths and just let it go. Let the woes, the cares just drift away. As we say, oh Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity to come together with like-minded souls, to learn, to progress, to help others to understand their pathways. And in the coming weeks, then we hope that the healing goes to those around us, those that are close, but those that are far away. But we know that, as I said, that within the healing energies, it is energy where we help and support others. And never forget that we ourselves should be having the help and support ourselves. So as we go forward within this service, we thank you for this, and we look forward to the love, the laughter, and the communion with you from the other world. So God bless us. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Andy. And wonderfully introduces the next part of the service, which we dedicate to healing. As I always say, healing is an expression of our love. It really is as simple as that. We don't need bits of paper, years of training, yada, 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 to do this. We can just show our love. And in showing our love, we send out that energy, that love, that upliftment, that healing. So during this part of the service, we invite you to take part in this. When we start to play the music, let your mind go to wherever you are drawn. Be it the environment, the world, our world leaders, ourselves, our family, it matters not. Where thought goes, energy follows. If during this part of the service you would like to mention anybody in particular at this time, please just raise your hand. When I point to you, simply call out their name. That is all that is required, because we are dealing and working with the intelligence of spirit. So enjoy this time of meditation, of contemplation, of love and of healing. Thank you.
Robin and Paul. John at home with the family. Emily.
Louis and Angela. Divine and infinite Spirit, God of our own understanding, we thank you for this timely reminder that we all can, when the opportunity arises, act as healers in this physical realm. Be it by thought, by word, by deed, never underestimate our own power of sharing our love with those in need. Amen. Now up to hand back to Andy for the reading, followed by the address.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I've remembered to say morning.
Yay!
Because usually usually the service is in the evening, so you normally go sort of with your normal response. Is there anybody? I know this is Lawrence has said that there are some new faces here, but is there anybody that's never been to anything like this before? Yep, so welcome. Yep, I can say it's just for those that haven't been. Then, basically, I always say we work in love, we attract love. And it's one of those sort of things, it's the most beautiful love that you will receive coming from the spirit world. It really will. And the other thing is that I always say to keep in mind that, when our loved ones come through, then sometimes, if they were miserable devils when they were here, they've got to come through as miserable devils, those you wouldn't recognise them. They come through all angelic, we're going, that's not who I remember at all. But talk about angels and that sort of thing, who knows? But just after Christmas, I said to the spirit world, oh, can you find me a book for some readings that I haven't ever seen. You know, I want something different. You know, and bless them, they found me a book that says 52 Little Lessons. It's a Wonderful Life. Ah, yes. The Christmas special that comes out, you know, and it's almost like, oh, that's different. I like that, you know. So it's a bit like, well, we'll go with that aspect of each lesson and see what I'm drawn to. So for today, then, I'm drawn to what is number 15, which is prayer changes things. I'm the answer to your prayer. That's why I was sent down here. Clarence the angel, after George tells him, I got a bust in the jaw in answer to a prayer. This is where I have to switch these things off because I can't see without them, with them on. When George Bailey sidles up to Martini's bar on Christmas Eve, he's at the lowest point in his life. In the span of only a few hours, he has A, learned that Bailey Building and Loan has lost $8,000 just as the state's bank examiner shows up. B, all but threatened to kill Uncle Billy, who has apparently lost the money. C, estranged himself from people that he loves the most, Mary and the kids. D, heard from Old Man Potter that a warrant is out for his arrest. And E, had his desperate plea for a loan turned down by Potter, the man with whom his family has struggled for decades. Against that backdrop, he's had enough drinks to cause Martini's assistant, Nick, to soon ask if he would like a lift home. An obviously concerned Martini will ask why George is drinking so much and encouraged him to go home and spend Christmas Eve with his family. But first, George does something he admits he does not want to do. He prays. Dear Father in heaven, he begins. I'm not a praying man, but if you're up there and you can hear me, show me the way. I'm at the end of my rope. Show me the way, God. Whereupon a man next to him at the bar, a Mr. Welsh, no relation, learns that he is George Bailey and proceeds to co-clock him with the right jab in the defence of his wife, the schoolteacher, whom George had berated on the phone. As he composes himself after the knockdown, George mutters, that's what I get for praying. No, what he gets for praying is Clarence. And a new lease of life. In the movie's opening scene, the angels, Franklin and Joseph, are hearing the prayers of a townsfolk, Mr. Gower, Martini and Ernie, and a family of members, George's mother, Mary, Janie and Zuzu. A lot of people were asking for help for a man named George Bailey, says Joseph, but it's clear that the angels have heard the prayers of George too, and know his muddled mindset. Franklin knows, for example, that George will be standing on the snow-swept bridge at 10:45 p.m. and thinking seriously of throwing away God's greatest gift. Oh dear, dear, his life, chimes in Clarence. He couldn't have known that based on only the prayers of the others and in George and Clarence's first conversation, as they dry out in the bridge toll house, the angel is up front about why he's come. Your lips bleeding, George. Yeah, I got a bust in the jaw in answer to a prayer a little bit ago. Oh, no, George, I'm the answer to your prayer, says Clarence. That's why I was sent down here. Not that George buys into that without some very serious proof for the part of Clarence. He was the doubt genie of the disciple Thomas. But George, in his shown life without him, having lived it after nobody recognises him, after Mary runs away from him and Bert the cop fires shots at him. He comes to his second moment of desperation, the first, of course, being the bar scene. And what does he do? He prays again. Clarence, help me. Clarence, get me back. I don't care what's happened to me. I only want to get back to my wife and kids. Help me. Clarence, please, I want to live again. And what happens? The snow begins to fall. Zuzu's petals return to his pocket. And hope returns to the soul of the man who, only a short time ago, was prepared to commit suicide. That not only the punch from the school teacher's husband is George's answer to a prayer, the will to live again. We've all been on that bridge of despair at some point in our lives. The answer isn't looking down at the waters below, but looking up at the heavens above. And I always think the fact is, prayer actually is in enough all religions in one form or another. It was something that Lawrence just said, it is action follows thought. The power of your thoughts that go out do touch people. They do touch people in positive ways. There's nothing wrong with praying for the aspect of what might be helpful to you, because you, your soul, your spirit, it deserves help. It really does. But within those essences of those energies, then yes, we send the thoughts to help others that may want to need healing. They need to move forward in life. They may need support. And there's so much going on within our world at the moment that unfortunately is negative, and it seems to be the first thing you hear when you turn on the news, I must admit. But within it, it's one of those sort of things, it's within our heart, our love, that as we actually manages to connect to that and send that out to the world, what power could that do? Somebody once said to me, oh, I don't think I can affect the world. And I said, yeah, but if we all did it together, if we all did that positive energy, what would that achieve? What would that do? And it's one of those sort of things, it's living in the I suppose, the power of the moment or the now, but it's one of those sort of things that's saying, well, yeah, don't forget that when the thought goes out, and I know so many people like this, which is a great shame, but I hear them say to me, oh, nothing ever nice happens to me in my life. Guess what you're going to get? Yeah, it's a surprise. That's it, yeah. My mother stopped saying this to me now, because she used to look up and said, oh, she said, we're never lucky. I said, don't you dare include me in that. Do not. I said, actually, I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky with aspects of my life. Oh, yeah, like everybody else. I would wish that things, would change. Certain aspects would improve. And it's more than just, as I said, what I classify as prayer. It's in being involved in actually talking to the other world, having a little conversation with them, because, they're an intelligent bunch. A friend of mine once said to me, she said, most of your male friends, she said, are dead. And I said, I better warn the others that's still alive, but they come back,
Friend.
That's right, yeah, that's right, yes. He's denying knowing me now. I think he'll make it to the end of the service. But it's one of those sort of things. But, they hear my thoughts. Whether you call them prayers at that stage, they hear my thoughts. They come back and they try to support and help me. There are times, as I said, that I must remember it again. Just a little thought out at times when I just need that little bit of upliftment, that little bit of help. Or those around me that need the same thing. Whatever word you call it, whether you call it prayer, whether you call it thoughts, whatever you want to call it, just know the power of it and the power that it can affect your life as well as the others around you in a most positive way. And they are listening. I promise you they are listening. And they will do what they can, where they can, to help and support all of us. So I know within that, it is lovely moving forward that our loved ones are walking with us. Yes, I put my hand up and saying I do miss the physical presence of them, Spiritual hugs are nice, but I still prefer the physical hugs, Yeah. So it's a bit like, while you've got the people around, hug them, not to death, but hug them lots, okay, But remember, as I said, always watch what you think, because it has power. God bless you. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you, Andy. That was absolutely lovely. And it just brought to my mind, we spend a lot of time wishing for the life we want. How much time do we spend on being thankful for the life we have? Yeah, and I'm guilty of that. I hold my hands up. That's my confession over for the day. Woohoo! We now move on to the piece of music for the day. Thank you. And during this time, Sue will be taking the collection for the further work of this your church. Thank you.
That was lovely. It's a bit different. It's a bit like nothing, but you hear the same old books being sort of trolled out each week.
Abide with darkness deepens, Lord, with me abide. When other helpers fail and comforts flee, help of the helpless, so abide with me. Swift to its close, ebbs out life's little day. Earth's joys grow dim, its glories pass away. Change and decay in all around I see. Oh, thou who changest now, abide with me. I need thy presence every passing hour. What but thy grace can foil the tempter's power? Who like thyself, my guide and stay can be? Through cloud and sunshine, Lord, abide with me. I fear no foe, with thee at hand to bless. Ills have no weight, and tears no bitterness. Where is death's sting? Where grave thy victory? I triumph still if thou abide with me. Hold thou thy cross before my closing eyes. Shine through the gloom and point me to the skies. Heaven's morning breaks and earth's faint shadows flee. In a life in death, O Lord, abide with me.
I love every verse of that hymn. Every verse has got a little nugget in it. So we now move on to that part of the service where we as spiritualists can not only say our philosophy, teach our philosophy, but we can actually provide that evidence to support what we say. And we do this through our evidential communications, in and through the works of our medium today, if you receive sufficient information from the spirit world to bring that thought to your mind of how does this work, that is the message in the message. It really is. So this requires us to be part of that conversation, does it not?
It does.
It does, yes, it does. Well done. So, if Andy should come to you, please, nice clear response with a yes, no, not sure.
Yes. No. Not sure.
First one will not do that, you guarantee it.
Right.
Andy, sir, over to you. You right?
Yeah, I still stand. It's yeah.
Oh,
See, yeah.
Okay.
See how I get on. Yeah, I haven't quite gone bionic yet. That's the trouble, you know. Yes, so, you know, we'll see how the hip hand stands up for it. So welcome to everybody. It's lovely to see you all. Some nice people here. Some, apart from him, of course. You know. Mind you, the fact is, if I don't insult him, he thinks I'm ill. I think that's what it is. But it is one of those sort of things that actually reminded me. I sat there listening to that. I thought, oh, is that a lovely tune as well? Because the tune was uplifting. It was bouncy. It was nice. I'm not being rude, but it wasn't dirgy. You know what I mean? I've been to some places and it's a bit like, I wouldn't even play this at a funeral, you know. And the energies are so low, you know, but that was nice. It was uplifting. So, yes, thank you for that. Bless. So sometimes I can say, I know with my spiritual sat-nav where I'm going, sometimes to the person. Sometimes I know the area. Sometimes I haven't got a clue and they'll use the evidence with me. Why they do it, they change it on me, it's because I'm a Taurian. I don't know if there's any Taurians out there. But I like to know what I'm doing. I really do. And I'm a bit like, I want, and they won't do that. They'll keep me on my toes, bless them. So we have to see how it unpacks, you know, and go from there. We haven't quite got into levitation mode, and I don't think there's enough energy to levitate me anyway, but there you go. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But bless you. Right then, I know that as I've got a lady that's actually drawing close to me. I do feel as if this lady is mum as she draws close. I know with her that I've got severe strength of pain across my chest. But I know that I'm sort of, as that pain is going, then I know that my breath is struggling with that. But I know with her, it's a bit like, oh, bless her, I love her, because mum is very much like of the kind that isn't going to give in. Mum isn't going to give in. Mum is going to stay here as long as she can. In fact, actually, she's got a lovely sense of humour. She said, I think people thought that I'd be trying to climb out of the coffin as they're trying to nail it down, you know. She's got that lovely sense of humour to her. And I know, as I said, that we have that strength with her. And I know with her, it's almost like, you know, if she wants everything done her way, it really was. But if you go around to her place, then it's almost like sit down for tea and coffee. It's take that sort of thing, because I know I want to spend the time with you. I will give you my attention. I will give you some of my support, but I'm not going to do it for you, but I will help in many ways. Can anybody understand mum? Is this describing? You can understand, that's great. For a minute, Don, I thought I'd have to go down the pub. But you can understand mum that way. Bless her. I love her. She really is. Your mum, this is mum to you, yeah? Just double check. But yeah, she feels like quite a character. Yeah. It really is, because it's a bit like sometimes I wonder what she's going to say next. Mm-hmm. You know, it really is. Yeah. You know, bless her, I love her, because it doesn't matter who's around. Mum's going to say what she wants to say. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's almost like, well, if they don't like it, they know what they can do, you know. Yeah. you know, it really is. Then is it you, my darling, that's got mum's ring as well? Yes. Yeah, because I know she was referencing that. But can you understand also later in life that she did have problems with her hands, though? Yes. Because it's almost like, you know, and she's telling me she struggled because of that. She said, at times I wasn't the best of people to be around when I was like that, because of frustration. Yeah. Mum liked to be highly, fiercely independent. And she didn't like anybody doing anything for her. Yeah. And this essence of her having to rely on somebody else to do it, didn't go down well. Yeah. It really didn't well. Your mum don't like doctors. Oh no. What a bunch of quacks. You know, hold on, this is her opinion before I offend everybody else, you know, but it is. She said that, you know, it's because I know that they wanted to do so. She said, you're not poking and prodding me with things. Yeah. You know, I'm no experiment, you know. And I know with her, it's almost like, but she's also telling me, my darling, that she lasted longer than they expected her to. Yes. She said, I'm not going to prove them right by going when they want me to go. I'll go when I want to go, you know. Yeah. And I know with her, it's that essence of that energy that she had throughout life. It really was, you know. I do feel as if then I'm sure she's still talking about there are. Right. It feels like memories Mum had of when she was working before,
Okay.
because it's almost like the fact is it's almost like it's almost like there were friends that she had. There's a few friends she had that went, I want to say, went way back with her, but only a few. Can you understand it? Say no if I'm not quite getting that right for you.
Not sure.
Right, okay. Because I know the fact is that I know that what I said to her, can you phrase it in another way? I know that Mum only trusted certain people.
Yeah.
That's a better way of putting
Yeah,
it. It's
yeah.
almost like, you know, it's almost like, yeah, you know, you had to prove yourself to Mum.
Yes.
It really did, you know, it's almost like, and it's, yes, you had to go through the fire, the brimstone, the lot to get, you know, she, yeah, bless her, I love that. But I know the fact is that she was highly, very much, she said, I gave respect to people, but I expected it back as
Yeah.
well, you know. She was one of these, I call the old-fashioned type that had the cleanest step in the road,
Yeah.
which meant the fact is that, yes, she was very proud, and it's almost like, you know, she would be proud of her home, proud of, you know, and it's almost like she would never send you out not looking at the best she could,
Yeah.
you know. And there are times when I feel as if she struggled to do that, you know, and it wasn't easy, you know. And it feels like there you can understand a period of her life when lots of it fell on her shoulders to do, you know, and it was just her, you know. And it's almost like, well, you know, she was like that, well, just get on with it. No good making a fuss about it. She said, I'll just get on with it, you know, bless, you know, that sort of thing. But I know the fact is that she always wanted things different for you,
Yeah.
you know, because she wanted the best she could for you. What went wrong? No, I'm joking, dear. I'm joking, it's right. Oh, that's
Feel
right.
free to see him after.
That's
the
right, yeah.
service.
Yeah, and shoot me, yeah, but yeah, you'll find I've got a terrible sense of humour, really.
Yes, it is terrible.
But it is, yeah, that's right, yeah. That's right. I think it's, well, I'm blaming her inspiration now, you see, that's what it is. But it is, the fact is that, but no, she is very proud of you.
Oh.
She really is. And it's almost like, you know, you've got, oh, you stubborn. You're like Mum, in that essence. Oh dear. But no, I mean that positive. Because it's those essences of those things that you've used in your life to, you know, when you focus on something, my darling, you do it. You really do. You're right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're right. Is there, say sometimes there's some
That's
tissues
right.
floating around.
Absolutely fine.
There we go.
It's in hand.
Yeah, that's a tenor for this. But yeah, but I know that with you, my darling, it's almost like when you set your mind on something, you'll do it. But it's also no good you say it's no good you saying or somebody saying to you to do something you're not interested in,
Yeah.
because it's a bit of a waste of time. That is, it really is, you know. So I know, as I said, that, you know, Mum is very proud of the way you've taken life forward. You know, and it just makes me feel as if that you're thinking about some new steps in your life. You understand that? And she's saying the fact is she's behind you.
Oh, good.
Go for them. She said, don't limit yourself, my darling, and don't listen to anybody else, because they're full of something else. All right? Yeah. You gather what they're full of, but there you go. And she said, no, don't have that. No, I'm not having that. She said, because there have been people that said things. So she said, don't listen to them. You listen to your mother, she's telling you.
Yeah.
Be the best, so, you know. So she said, you know, today's the day to come back. She said, it's a shame. She said, I've only got this little short time to have a little talk to you. She said, you know, because otherwise we could sit down, we could, you know, we get rid of this lot, she said, and then we'll keep talking. Yeah. Bless her, I love her. But I know, as I said, as she comes to this, she said, it's lovely to connect to you 10 again. And she said, I'm fully alive. She said, I'm fully here. And she said, you just send your thoughts and I'll be there, girl.
Thank you.
Love you. Bless you. Bye-bye. Right, okay. Right, okay. This time I don't have to worry, because last time I stood up to do something here, went to sit down, the cat was sat in my chair. What insulting thing was, it was fast asleep, you know. There you go, right, okay. But I know I've got a lady with me, and again I got, it feels like very much like, it's one of the sort of things with her, I'm trying to say to her, you know, you want to talk about passing, it's almost like, it's not the sort of thing she would really want to talk about, bless her. I do feel as if I've got like a wife or a partner here. And it's almost like the fact is that when she comes through, then I feel as if it's almost like she would come through talking, wanting to talk about somebody else. Because it's almost like, you know, I feel as if this lady give this person, this gentleman, she's telling me, support to do things, because it's almost like I was with him and I encouraged him to do what he needed to do. Now the fact is, what I want to say is that this lady is saying to me that actually somebody in here is either she said that there's somebody in here that she would recognise that did writing, that wrote, that's terrible English, that have written aspects of books or stuff, I feel as if it's been published. But you can understand that, sir? Yeah. But I know with her, it's almost like, again, it's this excitement of connecting to you again, and saying the fact is that I feel as if, again, I keep trying to ask her about her, but she wants to talk about you, you know. And it's almost like I do feel as if there was this lovely bond between the two of you. And it's almost like the fact is, I do feel as if she's saying that, well, she said, I know all things are an illness, she said, but an illness took her. And it's almost like I feel as if that, you know, she said, through that illness as well, you helped support her as well. You understand that? And she said, from that point of view, it's almost like, yeah, I wanted to come back. She said, just to know that, you know, you must know that I am still around, she said. And I know that she's telling me, sir, that you speak to her as well. You know, she said, we still have conversations, you know. There is a lovely picture that you have up, it's in a frame, of her. Because she said, you know, you talk to the picture, you know, it's your connection to me. And she said, that was when I was younger, she said, you know, bless her. She said, and thank you for thinking of me in that way, she said, you know, but, and she said, it's beautiful that you, you must put flowers either next to it or near it in memory of her, she's telling me. Yeah, because it's almost like, yeah, because she said, you know, it's no good going anywhere else, because she said, I'm not there. She said, I will be where your thoughts are, she said, and you know that when you think of the picture, I'll be there. So that's the place to put those beautiful flowers. And she said, it's lovely, the fact is that, she said that she's come to help and support you now, sir, as well. As you know, she's there. She said, she said, there's essences of what they're saying is they're bringing healing for you from the other world as well. Give you a bit of boost and a bit of an upliftment, you know. And she said, well, she said, you've got to remember, none of us are as young as we used to be, she said. And she's got a lovely sense of humour about her as well, but a very, very, as I said, delicate humour where she wouldn't hurt a fly, she really wouldn't. But she said, just to know that again, on this beautiful day, this spring day, she said, I've come just to be with you and I will be with you. God bless you, sir, and take her love. Right then, okie dokie, right. Where are we going? Right. Right, I've got, oh, this is interesting. I've got a gentleman and a lady with me. And I know they said that they're coming as a team. And I think I want to say a team because it's almost like the feeling I've got in it's mum and dad. I know that it's almost like they're telling me they worked together. They really did. They worked together. And it's almost like the fact is that, you know, I'm trying to get them to stand apart and they won't. So I know the fact is that they're telling me, don't worry, that they're saying that stubbornness runs in our family as well. And I know the fact is that, again, that they're both very, very strong-willed people, very focused on that sort of thing. And I know that that they enjoyed the hymn. They enjoyed the hymn. And I know, as I said, there's this thought about hymns, about prayer, and it's a very important aspect of their life. And they're saying to me that don't confuse things, she said, you know, because they're saying they are spiritual people. You know, we're not just religious people, they're spiritual people. So it's almost like the fact is that as I'm stood here, it's almost like they're stood here with me. And it's almost like the feeling is as they look out, they're quite used to doing this. They're quite used to looking out. And I believe that they were involved in the aspect of spiritualism. And it's almost like they just feel so comfortable in this environment, bless them. Oh, can anybody understand these two?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I was giving you opportunity. I was willing somebody to put their hand up.
Right. Okay. It's just a bit like, it's behind you. Right, okay.
Thank
because-
you, Andy.
Right, because they said, it makes sense when they said the stubbornness is runs in the family, doesn't it?
I don't recognise that, but
No,
carry
that's
on.
right, no. But yeah, because that's what makes sense about why they're so comfortable stood
Yeah.
here. They really are, you know.
They used to be.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, they're used to. Yeah, bless them. I love them. And I know, as I said, that they were. As I said, this is an aspect of their life.
Yeah.
They're staunch, absolute sort of believers. You know, it really is. And promotion of everything is of their highest level. That's
Okay.
it, you know. And that's the fact is, I know with them, it feels very much like that you know when they're around you anyway, because and bless them. And I know with her, you know, your mum, it's almost like she made me laugh because she said, "I'm keeping an eye on his cleaning."
Give a hand,
Well-
that'd be more helpful.
There is that, yes, yes. Well, if you can get, I suppose, parking angels, I suppose you get some cleaning angels.
Yeah,
in.
Hoover Angel.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Bless. Well, I know, as I said, that you know, as they step forward, it's like encouraging you to embrace what they're calling the next steps in your life,
Right.
because they feel as if that, you know, you've had one experience recently which was excellent, and they say we now need to build on that as well.
Good.
And she said the fact is that what it is that you've actually come back with different thoughts than when you went.
Yeah.
And she said that's good, because she said as the world moves on, she said we don't want to keep it as it is.
Correct.
And she said, and sometimes she said, you have to stir things up. Anarchists.
Not in my nature.
No. Can't understand why he's saying that to him, you know. That's right, yes. Yes, yes. But there you go. But yes,
Thank you, Andy.
from that. But again, it's just the encouragement they've got for you in saying, look, we're here, we've heard, now just get on with it.
Okay.
That's right, no worries. Right. Right. They do send you your love as well, so you can have that. So someone has to keep them on the straight and narrow.
Thank
there
you.
go. Right, okay, let's get this way. Right, okay, so right. I'm not saying they belong to the same person, but I've got two gentlemen that have turned up now together. I think they've just come from the pub, I'm sure they have. Really. Bless them. But I know they said that one gentleman, as he steps forward, I know with him, because of what he's shown me, then I do feel as if this is connected in family. What I want is somebody that was, he prized his fishing above all else. He really did, because it's almost like I can see the rods, I can see the reels. It's almost like he's got umpteen of these things, old ones, new ones. Would have done all aspects of fishing. That's the one on the bank, the one on the sea, one in a boat. You know, it's all though. But this gentleman loved the aspect of his fishing. And I can see him stood around with his hat on, and I do see the different flies in there. So he would understand what was going on when out there in the wild, about when certain fishes can be caught, when they can't be caught. To be honest with you, I don't think I could ever stop him from talking about fishing, to be honest with you, because it's almost like he kept on about fishing. That's what he talked about. Anything you talked about, he would bring you back to his fishing. He really would. Can anybody understand this gentleman? Where have we got it? Right at the back. Was there another hand there as well? Is there two hands?
Two maybe.
Oh.
One at the back, one by the door.
Right. Okay. But I'm going to say, right, let's talk to the two ladies. Can you understand the fact is that I do feel as if this gentleman feels very much like he would have made his own lures or flies. And there's memories of him keeping, maggots in the fridge? Ew. Yes? Ah, here we go. It's going to challenge me. Yeah. Ooh, yes. You wouldn't want to get the wrong dish there, would you, dear, really? No, anyway, right, but I just said, it's almost like, but I want to say to you also that one of you must have his watch. No? You then thank you, my darling, because I was going to say it was the watch that he said that, yeah. But I know, as I said, that, you know, bless him, because I said this feels, I'm trying to get out of him, because the feeling with him is like, are you dad or you a partner? Because it feels very close. But I'm not, at the moment, I'm not quite getting the answer I want out of him, because he keeps he wants to go back and talk about fishing. Bless him. And I know that's just his character. It's almost like, you may want to talk about that, but I want to talk about me fishing. That's more important to me. It's me fishing, that sort of thing, And I know with him, it's like, he must have had things, like I said, umpteen reels and different rods and God knows what, because it's almost like he collected them as well. It's that was his passion. That was everything to him. I know that the fact is that, bless him, he's taken me back to the watch, because it's almost like timekeeping was not the best thing for him, because it's almost like I feel as if he especially when he's fishing, he just got lost, and it's almost like, he said he's only been there 20 minutes, he's been there about 3 hours, you know what I mean? And he just went off on one, and he said it was brilliant, and it was his way of escaping from things. And it was almost like the fact is that you can understand he wasn't the best person to sort things out, because he feels very much like, what I call life stuff stressed him. Well, can't do that. No. Need to speak to somebody else. I'm going fishing, And it was that escapism that he used, unfortunately, to run away from things, And I know he said that the fact is that I feel as if even at his death, things weren't quite sorted out. There were things that had to be sorted out. You understand? The things up in the air, because he just wouldn't deal with it. Bless him. Lovely gentleman, but as he said, he had his faults, as he said, And he said the fact is that, obviously now he can look at them and acknowledge them. There, he just ran away from them. And he said anything like that. And I don't feel as if he dealt very much right with his feelings either. He wasn't good with that sort of thing. No, he really wasn't. But I know, as I said, that fortunately he tried to actually support in the best way he could. But he said it wasn't quite enough what people wanted. Bless. And he said, I am sorry for that, but that was just me. It really was. So he said the fact is that, I've learnt a lot from being up here. He said I've learnt a lot about, obviously the things that I should have done better, but, he said I can't change the past, but he said I do try and now to help now. He said that doesn't make up for anything. He said it's just explains it a little bit, from that point of view. He said, so, again, he said, I'm around you. He said, I'm not always going off fishing. So he said, don't worry about that. But I want to say, as I said, this, again, I'm saying to him, who are you? Because again, there's this thing where I'm not quite getting the connection. Is this Dad? So it's a partner then. I got it round the wrong way. Because I'm trying to push and I'm trying to feel for it and I got it wrong. So apologies for that. But I know, as I said, the fact is that, he said to me that when I was trying to find out what connection he was, he said, the trouble is, he said, I wasn't quite the partner I should have been, so he said it's difficult for you to see where I'm coming from, he said, so bless him, love him. But I know with him, he said, the fact is that, it's he said it was a good job, he said, that you've got the strength you have within you, because you needed it. And he said, there was that, he said, you made sure that other aspects of people's lives move forward. And he said, you did it off your own back. And he said, you did a marvellous job, he said. It really is, And he's saying the fact is that, it's nice, he said, that, you're still sort of looking after people and looking after aspects of what needs to be done and what needs to be moved forward. He said, because he said, then, my Danny, you must do healing. Because he said the energy of the healing is greatly needed, he said. So he said, keep up that work. And he said, you're teaching me because I'm seeing how things should be, he said, and the support. So bless you for that. He said the fact is, as he just wants to confirm if I don't know if the angels or your guides have said anything to you, but he said because of the energies of the world changing, he said, so will your healing. So the energy that you will work in will change in conjunction with that. Nothing to be scared about. He said, it's just change. He said, you deal with change. He said, I couldn't. So he said, that's a good experience for me to see, so. But he said, overall, he said, I just need to say to you, he said, I did love you, and I do love you. So he said, and I, you know, again, I thank you for the good thoughts that you still send me. So bless you for that. Yeah. Right. Right. Okay. Right. But right, he stepped back. I don't. Well, I don't think he's another gentleman for you. I don't know how many partners you've got. So you know, we won't ask. Bless, but I know as the gentleman steps in, I know, bless him, it's the fact is that as he's showing me again, it feels like family again, but I want what he's calling him as he's an old-fashioned copper, and I want to go back a ways. This is the days when, you know, he said, you know, we had push bikes and that, not cars to say, you know. And I know, as I said, that, you know, I am going back to those days. He said those days, he said, when actually, he said, if you caught a kid doing things, you just give it a clip around the ear and send him home to his father, you know. He said those were the days. He said different days, he said. I know that the fact is that he would have been known in his community as well, because I feel as if, again, it's like he walks down the street, people actually sort of acknowledge him. You know, he is a member of the community. So the fact is that, you know, if something does go wrong, half the time he most probably knows which one he needs to go and talk to put it right, because, you know, he just knows people out there, you know. And he said not all of them were good, but he said not all of them were that bad, but he said sometimes they just need to be reminded to be better, he said, you know. But that was his approach to life. It really was. As I said, he was a lovely gentleman. As I said, I do feel as if either his beat was more rural or on the edge of a town, because I want to go out that way. Can anybody understand this gentleman? Oh. Possibly.
Never met him.
That's fine. That's fine. But you can you understand the description of him from what you've been said? And sometimes, yeah, they can come through because there's a connection, but you may not have known him, that sort of thing. But you understand the aspects of his personality and everything that he's shared with you so far. Yeah. Bless you. Because I know, as I said, that it sometimes allows them to give them the opportunity to come and connect with somebody where they may not have had that experience, you know. So it's almost like, you know, you're happy with him to just have a little chat, you know, and that sort of thing. I know with him it's, but again, I want to say the fact is that, again, you understand, I want to go out, it's more countryside I want around him. Because he's not a great town person. I'm not saying
He started off in a country.
right. That's fine. Because I know, as I said, the aspect of it, it's a bit like, I know that it's very much like Madonna, he prefers the country. You know, and I feel as if the reason he's bringing that up is because I feel as if he's also talking about you. You have a connection to nature and the country. No? Say no if it's not quite right.
I like the country, but I don't live
No, that's right. Yeah, no, he's just saying.
the outside.
Yeah, that's right. He likes, you know, that's where he wants you. So you're happier outdoors than you were, you know, stuck indoors. He said, you know, that sort of thing. So you know, it's almost like just again the little aspects of an element that he was like that he sees in you from that purpose. You know, that's brilliant. You know, and I know with him, it's almost like you know, with you. I know he's telling me for you it's better that the world is opening up springtime, because you know that's the time of year you like. Because he said, you know, again, they see, you know, when you see the things on the trees and everything else, it's very technical, these flowery things, isn't it really? Then as they bud, then he said, you know it's time that you can get out and about a lot better than you could before, you know. And he's saying that's the good thing. He said, you know, it's, besides the connection of him to you, then it's the encouragement, as I said, to keep doing that. To do what it is that you know is right for you. And he's saying, that's basically it's what they call short and sweet. It's just the fact of allowing him to connect, but just give you a little bit of a hello.
Sounds like.
Yeah, not a man of many words, was he really? That's right. Yes. So I've done the bits. I'm off now, you know, and that's him. So bless him. He said there's lots of people over there who will send you a little love, and you know, I'm the one doing it today, but I'm off. Bye. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I love him. Right. Oh.
Nicely brings us to time, Andy.
Oh, is it all right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and bless you all. And I get to sit down now and let the maestro take over. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. All right, bud.
Yep, I am. Cheers.
Wonderful. Few notices. On tomorrow evening, we have our healing evening. So, church registered healers, if you're here for 7:15. Anyone wishing to receive healing, if you're here for 7:15, that would be wonderful. Tuesday evening, we have a gong bath, and that's run by Scania Price. On Wednesday at 3 o'clock, we have our open healing circle. That's available to everybody to sit within if you're exploring your healing journey or indeed on your healing journey. Please come and sit with us. And then in the evening at 7 o'clock, we have our open meditation circle. Again, open to everybody. And it is purely about meditation, different techniques of meditation, and just being in that power and energy. On Saturday at between 2 and 4, we have a sound bath with Kevin Biggs. Kevin takes often our healing month Wednesdays at the beginning of the month. He'll be bringing along, we have Tubular Bells.
Ooh, that'd be good.
I've got to
Ooh,
sing
okay.
that song. Tubular Bells, Crystal Bowls and Temple Bowls. So that's Saturday between 2 and 4 o'clock. Next Sunday at 11 a.m. we welcome back Jamie Williamson to our platform. On Thursday the 25th we have a day of teaching with Phil Dykes and Kerry MacLeod, and that's focused on your private sittings. Private sittings, if you're developing your mediumship, private sittings really are the way to go because it's such a good, would you agree, Andy?
I would, yeah.
Yeah?
It develops your depth of connection as well, doesn't it?
If you can hold a communication for 30 minutes, it really assists you also with your platform work. So that's Thursday the 25th, 10 till 4. And then on Friday the 26th and Saturday the 27th, both 10 till 4, is a 2-day workshop for anybody on their path with evidential mediumship. And again, that's with Bill Dykes and Kerry MacLeod. And that will be followed up in the evening of the 27th by a demonstration of all those taking part in the 2-day workshop. So not only are you going to walk the walk, you're going to have to talk the talk. So exciting. If you so wish. We're not going to force you up on the platform. A little bit further ahead, Saturday the 4th of May, we've got a coach leaving from Poole at some ungodly hour of the day, at 6 a.m. in the morning. And that's to go to the Arthur Findlay College for the day. It's part of their open week. There's like 18 different workshops which are included in the entry fee. But also there's a good chance for a day out. The coach is organised. Myself and Mark Stone will be the hosts on the coach, so that's going to be lively. That's going to be fun. But also a chance to visit the college, because we hear so much about it, and so many of our demonstrators have had part of their training there as well. So, and it's a day out, yay! May the 24th to May the 27th, we have our rally weekend. We held a rally for the last couple of years, which has been a one-day event. Well, we're pushing the boat out this year, so it's a 4-day event. And it comprises of a gala evening of mediumship with all the mediums. We've got Frederick coming over from Sweden, Jack and Lola from Denmark, Ewan's coming down from Edinburgh, and of course our own Mark Stone as well. So lots going on that weekend. Full details are available on the leaflet out in the hall or on our website. That concludes the notices. So Andy,
Yep.
oh, no it doesn't.
Oh.
We've still got some space. Andy, would you describe in a few short words what a spiritual assessment is?
Spiritual assessment, the way I do it is done through trance, where my guide comes to talk to you, but the guide will come and talk to you about many aspects of your life. It could be work, it could be money, it could be relationship, it could be any aspect, multiple aspects of your life. They will come and have a little chat, but also they will be open to sort of questions taken from you as well. So they will come and bring help and support and guidance as much as they can from their world to yours.
Thank you. So Andy's conducting some assessments this afternoon. We have got bookings up until 2 o'clock, so we've got 2:30 and 3 o'clock is still available. If you'd like one of those, please see me after the service. Andy, sir, if I could ask you for the closing blessing.
Yep.
Thank you.
Again, just enter the quiet and just gently close your eyes. So we say, oh, great Heavenly Father, we thank you for this service. We thank you for the communication for those from your world. We thank you for those that have just come to be with us at this time. And we know in the continuous life path that we each have, that they will be there helping and supporting us. So as we gather again in the future together, we actually thank you for everything, our love, the laughter and the upliftment. So God bless us. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. Andy, thank you so much. Thoroughly enjoyed this morning. Always a celebration when you're with us. So thank you, thank you, thank
Bless
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Apart from the pollen count, and I can see and hear a few other people are suffering the same, but never mind, that's the price we pay for spring weather. So go out and enjoy it. Thank you all for coming. Look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yes, black tea would be lovely. Just black tea, yeah, no sugar, no nothing.